Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. Today I'm trying out the ORYZA Beauty Nebula Shimmer Eyeshadow Quad. And this is one of the products from my January 2023 Ipsy Glam Bag, which I have that unbagging video up here on my YouTube channel if you haven't seen it yet, so that way you can see all of the products that I got in my first beauty subscription of the year. And I was excited to get this because I love trying out eyeshadows, and this looks like a really beautiful color story. It has a retail value of $20, which to me is on the pricier end for a little eyeshadow quad. But so this one has 3 shimmers, 1 matte shade, and of course I'm going to start out with some swatches. Ooh. Such a buttery feel. They actually don't seem super pigmented on my fingers. They're actually swatching a little bit more pigmented though, so that's nice. But, I mean, not super impressive swatches. We'll see how they look on my eye, and since it is mostly shimmer shades, this is the matte one, the rest are the shimmer shades, I'm hoping it'll still look pretty on the eye with some shimmer and sparkle, even if it's not super pigmented. But I am going to test these out with and without an eyeshadow primer, so maybe that will make a difference. I'm going to apply this Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion all over one of my eyelids here, and then just blending this all out. And this light pink shade in the corner here actually swatched pretty icy white, so I actually think this will be a really pretty highlighter. So I'm gonna just pick it up with my finger and try it as a brow highlighter. Ooh, yeah, definitely very icy. It really does not look pink. It looks super pink in the packaging here, but on the eye it looks like a white pretty much. So a nice icy highlight that, since it's light enough, I'm also going to go ahead and apply it to this inner corner to give a nice brightening effect. Wow, yeah, that does have some pretty reflective glow to it. I like it as a highlighter, but it really is not super pigmented. Like, not pigmented enough for me to like it as an eyeshadow, but at least it is able to be used as a nice highlighter effect. And then the one matte shade in the palette actually looks like a nice shade for the crease. So it is good that 2 of the shades in here are what I like to call my essential eyeshadow shades that can pretty much be used to start off any eyeshadow look. So a nice highlight shade and then a matte brown that I like to put in the crease and then blend it up onto the brow bone as well to create that dimension for the eye. And this is actually very pigmented and blendable, a really nice matte formula. And it's just a little bit more warm tone than I typically like for this contour effect, but I actually think that's looking really nice. See how it is on the eye without the primer. Whoa, it is showing up with way less pigment on the eye without the primer. I was very impressed with this shade with the primer, but without the primer I'm picking up so much more product to try and build it up, and it's like it's just dissolving into my eye. So definitely the type of eyeshadows that I recommend using an eyeshadow primer with. But okay, I mean, I guess that's a pretty undetectable difference, I hope. But wow, I like it so much better on this eye where I have the primer. But it is a nice look actually so far with just the highlight, that crease shade. Now let's add, I'm going to go for this kind of raspberry red shade, picking it up on my finger since it's a metallic. I'm going to apply this onto the lid, and hopefully it shows up okay because, yeah, it's not super opaque or pigmented. It almost seems like it should be an eyeshadow topper with the amount of pigment I can get. But I guess with that crease shade, it goes pretty nicely. But I'm not impressed by this shade here. I feel like I'm trying to pick up so much and it does not look very pigmented. It kind of has a pretty shine, kind of has a pretty color, but I'm not very impressed. I'm a little surprised because I would say these shimmer metallics are less pigmented than the matte shade, and usually a matte shade is less pigmented than a metallic. I kind of just want to take the other metallic shade and put it all over my lid on the other eye because I just want to see how it looks in like a bigger area. This is pretty, but looks a lot lighter than you would expect. It looks kind of like a medium brown shimmer here, but on the eye, it kind of looks almost like I could use it on my face as a highlighter. It's like a champagne shade, which actually looks really pretty on the eyelid, but not super pigmented and not very dark, but I do kind of like that. It's just like an eye highlight, even all over the lid like that, to just give like an easy kind of highlight look, as if I put a highlighter as my eyeshadow. And it looks pretty. It's got some reflective sheen, a nice neutral color. So I think I like how this eye looks better than this one, but I'm not impressed by these shimmer formulas. It just gives a very subtle look, which is nice. I feel like this eye is a nice, quick, easy, casual kind of go-to look. This one here, and that's on top of the primer, I just feel like it looks so dull. It looks like old eyeshadow, as if I had been wearing this all day long and then this was barely what was left. And I just would have expected this raspberry metallic shade, the way it looks in the pan here, this kind of deep shade, to look more vibrant. So especially for $20, I am not super impressed by this palette, but I think I'm able to get some decent use out of it since I have it in my collection now, but it's definitely not one that I am wowed by, that I'm gonna recommend you pay $20 for. But if you've tried this, maybe you got it in your Ipsy glam bag as well, let me know what you think of it. Let me know what kind of looks you've been able to create with this. But thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.